We are on the record for hearings in the matters listed in the North Dakota Industrial Commission hearing docket for February 25th. I'm David Garner, hearing examiner for these hearings. We are at the hearing room for the Department of Mineral Resources Oil and Gas Division, and it is 9:02 a.m. On the docket, the following matters will be continued or dismissed. Case number 32568 continued. Case number 32477 continued. Case number 32478 dismissed. Case number 32393 dismissed. Case number 32395 dismissed. Case number 32370 continued. Case number 32480 dismissed. Case number 32382 dismissed. Case number 32484 dismissed. Case number 32387 dismissed. Case number 32485 dismissed. Case number 32388 dismissed. Case number 32389 dismissed. Case number 31928 continued. Case number 31929 continued. Case number 31930 continued. Case number 31977 continued. Case number 32210 continued. Case number 32211 continued. Case number 32377 continued. Case number 32301 continued. Case number 32396 continued. Case number 32397 continued. Case number 32378 continued. Case number 32575 dismissed. Case number 32576 dismissed. Case number 32577 dismissed. Case number 32578 dismissed. Case number 32579 dismissed. Case number 32580 dismissed. Case number 32581 continued. Case number 32582 dismissed. Case number 32583 dismissed. Case number 32584 dismissed. Case number 32585 continued. Case number 32470 dismissed. Case number 32471 dismissed. Case number 32466 dismissed. Case number 32467 dismissed. Case number 32468 dismissed. Case number 32469 dismissed. Case number 32400 dismissed. Case number 32401 dismissed. Case number 32461 continued. Case number 32462 dismissed. Case number 32463 dismissed. Case number 32465 dismissed. Case number 32464 dismissed. Case number 32586 continued. Case number 32587 continued. Case number 32588 continued. Case number 32383 continued. Case number 32593 continued. Case number 31960 continued. Case number 31966 continued. Case number 31967 continued. Case number 31968 continued. Case number 31969 continued. Case number 32004 continued. The administrative docket starts on page 15 with case number 32589 and goes through case number 32601. These cases will be heard in the next room with Michael Zisch. Audio recordings of the cases in the administrative docket will be placed on the Oil and Gas website by the end of the week. If you wish to appear in one of the matters on the administrative docket, please appear in the next room. If there is opposition to the matter, it will be brought back into this hearing room to be heard, and your statements and evidence will be taken. We'll begin with moving to case number 32568, a motion of the Commission to review the pilot injection project for enhanced oil recovery, authorized under order number 30288, authorizing Hesbakken Investments 2 LLC to continue the pilot injection project. This matter has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32568. Case number 32569. Application of Enerplus Resources USA Corp. for an order amending the applicable orders for the Lone Butte Bakken pool to establish an overlapping laydown 2560 acre spacing unit described as sections 22, 23, and 24, Township 147 North, Range 98 West, and Section 19, Township 147 North, Range 97 West, McKenzie and Dunn Counties, North Dakota, and authorize 5 horizontal wells to be drilled on such unit. We're granting such other relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Wade Mann, P.O. Box 2798, Bismarck, North Dakota, appearing in this case on behalf of Enerplus Resources USA Corp. 3 witnesses testifying in this case will be Prince Ekby, John Prim, and Walker Gates.
Mr. Ekby.
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Prince, can I have you state your name, tell us by whom you're employed and what capacity, and give us your business address?
Yes. Prince Ekby, senior landman at Cord Energy. Business address is 1001 Fannin Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas 77002.
And Prince, have you previously testified before the commission?
Yes,
And are you familiar with the land matters associated with the proposed spacing unit?
yes, I am.
Okay, I'd move the testimony of Mr. Eckby be received as item next.
Motion granted.
And Prince, let's look at L1. Can you identify the spacing unit you're requesting?
Yes, this is a regional locator map on L1, 2560 spacing that we're requesting, located in Township 14797, Section 19, and Township 14798, Sections 22, 23, and 24.
And moving on to L2, what's your working interest in that spacing unit?
So Enerplus's working interest sits at 16.52%. You have other parties there with Sinclair Oil and Gas at 39.31%, and the other parties at 44.17%.
And have you communicated with SOGC or any of the other working interest owners with respect to the spacing?
Yes, we have. We've communicated with Sinclair Oil and Gas, which owns majority right there of the 39.31%. They've given us verbal approval for the spacing.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'd offer the land exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from staff?
Wade, just a point on L2, exhibit L2, excuse me, your
Yep.
case number on the bottom is, I believe, incorrect. Just to point that out as well.
Yep. That's a typo. Sorry. Good catch.
Prince on exhibit, I guess L1 is fine. Are sections 15 and 22 and 14 and 23, are they stand-up 1280s also?
15 and 22 and cut out. I didn't hear that last part.
14 and 23?
14 and 23. I believe those are.
It would appear that they're no longer going to be developed.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
Mr. Prim,
Yes.
do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, sir.
John, can I have you state your name, tell us by whom you're employed and what capacity, and give us your business address?
Yes, my name is John Prim. I'm a geologist for Cord Energy, parent company of Enerplus Resources. Business address 1001 Fannin Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas 77002.
And John, have you previously testified before the commission?
I have.
And had your qualifications received as that of an expert?
Yes.
And are you familiar with the geology underlying these spacing units?
Yes.
Okay, I'd move the testimony of Mr. Prim be received as that of an expert.
Motion granted.
John, let's look at G1. Can you describe for us the structure underlying the spacing unit?
Yep. So G1 is upper Bakken structure map with contour intervals of 25 feet in subsea TBD space, showing that the Bakken formation is present underlying the proposed DSU, and it's dipping off to the west from approximately negative 85.75 subsea TBD to negative 86.75 subsea TBD in the west.
Okay. And then moving on to G2, can you take us through that ISOPAC map?
Yep. So the ISOPAC is showing the middle Bakken is present across the entire unit as well, with an average thickness of about 30 to 31 feet across the area.
Okay. And then moving on to G3, what are you showing on that type log?
Yeah, so G3 is a type log, the Mormon Butte Federal 2-25-2C, which is located in section 25, just south of the proposed spacing unit, and it's highlighting the subsurface properties we expect to encounter underlying our proposed spacing unit.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'd offer the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Mr. Gates,
Sir,
do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I do.
Walker, can I have you state your name, tell us by whom you're employed, what capacity, and give us your business address?
Walker Gates, I'm a development engineer for Cord Energy, parent company of Interplus, business address 1001 Fannin Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas 77002.
And Walker, have you previously testified before the commission?
I have.
Have you had your qualifications received as that of an expert?
Yes, sir.
And are you familiar with the engineering matters associated with spacing units?
I am.
I'd move the testimony of Mr. Gates be received as that of an expert.
Motion granted.
And Walker, let's start with E1. Just kind of take us through how the development, I guess, with this spacing unit and kind of the full area would look like.
Yes, sir. So E1 shows a full area development. It shows our proposed 4-mile development in box in red, the 2560 acre unit, Township 147 North, Range 97 West, Sections 19, and then Township 147 North, Range 98 West, Sections 22, 23, 24. We're proposing 5 4-mile wells drilled east to west. I wanted to kind of include the U.S. Forest Service land as well as our proposed pad locations here. It is a challenging area to find pad locations. We've done quite a bit of work scoping these out. This also shows the unit just to the north of it, the 1280 in Township 147 North, Range 97 West, Sections 18, Township 147 North, Range 98 West, Sections 13, which we plan to develop 2-mile wells there from a separate pad, but we plan to develop in conjunction with this 4-mile DSU. Plan development is looking at Q1 of 2027.
Okay. And then moving on to E2, I think you touched on it a little bit already, but sort of specific to the 2560 you're requesting. Anything else regarding your development of the spacing unit?
No, sir, no additional comments here. I just wanted to provide kind of an isolated zoomed in view of our proposed spacing unit here.
Sure. Then let's move on to E3, and can you summarize the reservoir data and then the economics for us?
Yes, sir. So E3 is our volumetric and economic analysis. The top table shows the formation properties for the Little Knife Bakken area in Dunn County. Expected original oil in place for 640 acres, about 7 million barrels of oil. Estimate well EUR 960 in BO. Proposing 5 infill wells here. At an average oil price of $70 a barrel, an average gas price of $3.25 per MCF. And an initial investment of approximately $11 million per well. We're looking at a rate of return of approximately 55%.
Walker, in your opinion, then, if the commission were to approve this spacing unit, that prevent waste, protect relative rights, and prevent the drilling of unnecessary wells?
Yes, sir, it would.
Okay. I have no further questions. I offer the engineering exhibits and gas capture plan affidavit.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff?
When's the planned development date?
Q1 of 2027 is when drilling will commence. Looking at an IP date of sometime in Q2 of 2027.
And is the pad location going to be new, or it looks like a new pad location?
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Yes, sir. Both those pads will be new builds.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That concludes our hearing for case number 32569. Case number 32570, application of Interplus Resources USA Corp. for an order amending the applicable orders for the Ellisville and/or Lone Tree Bakken pools to establish an overlapping stand-up 2560 acre spacing unit described as sections 27 and 34, Township 158 North, Range 99 West, and sections 3 and 10, Township 157 North, Range 99 West, Williams County, North Dakota, and authorize one horizontal well to be drilled in such unit or granting such other relief to be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Wade Mann, P.O. Box 2798, Bismarck, North Dakota, appearing in this case on behalf of Interplus Resources USA Corp. For this case, we'll have Taylor Roberts on land, and then it'll be John Prim again, and then Eva Tomova Medina, engineering.
Mr. Roberts,
Yes, sir.
do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, sir.
Taylor, can I have you state your name, tell us by whom you're employed, in what capacity, and give us your business address?
Sure. Taylor Roberts, landman for Cord Energy, business address 1001 Fannin Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas.
And Taylor, have you previously testified before the commission?
Yes, sir.
And have you had your qualifications received as that of an expert?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with the land matters associated with the spacing units?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'd move the testimony of Mr. Roberts be received as that of an expert.
Motion granted.
And Taylor, if you can look at L1 and identify the requested spacing unit for us.
Sure. Exhibit L1's a regional locator map. Requested 2560 is outlined by a red box in sections 2734 of 158 North, 99 West, sections 3 and 10 of 157 North, 99 West in Williams County, North Dakota.
Okay. And then moving on to L2, what's your working interest in that spacing unit?
Sure. Working interest of 82.27 in the requested 2560 acre unit.
And then on L3, how about working interest in those underlying base units?
Sure. Outlined in the green box in sections 27 and 34, North, 99 West, court has approximately 81.63% working interest. In the red box outlining sections 3 and 10 of 157.99, court has approximately an 82.92% working interest.
I have no further questions. I offer the land exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Mr. Prince, still under oath, you proceed.
Great. John, let's look at G1. Can you describe the structure underlying this spacing unit for us?
Yep. So this is Upper Bakken structure map at subsea TBD space, 25 feet contour intervals, proposed TSU outlined there in the orange dash box. It's showing that the Bakken formation is dipping off to the south from approximately negative 7,800 subsea TBD to negative 8,050 feet.
Okay. Let's move on to G2 then in the ISOPAC map.
Yep, and so this is Middle Bakken ISOPAC map with contour intervals of 2 feet. It's showing a slight thickening across the area towards the southeast. So across the proposed spacing unit, we have a thickness of approximately 49 feet to 51 feet thick.
And then moving on to G3, what are you showing on the type log?
Yeah, so this is our type log, the Gafkin 1. It's approximately 3 miles to the west of the proposed spacing unit, and it's a triple combo log highlighting the subsurface properties we expect to encounter underneath the proposed spacing unit.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'd offer the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Ms. Tomova Medina,
Yes, sir.
do you solemnly swear or affirm on the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, sir.
Eva, can I have you state your name, tell us by whom you're employed in what capacity, and give us your business address?
Yes, sir. My name is Eva Tomova Medina, and I'm a development engineer at Cord Energy. Our address is 1001 Fanning Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas 77002.
And Eva, have you previously testified before the commission?
Yes, I have.
Have you had your qualifications received as that of an expert?
Yes, I have.
And are you familiar with the engineering matters associated with the spacing units?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'd move the testimony of Ms. Tomova Medina be received as that of an expert.
Motion granted.
And Eva, let's look at E1. Can you describe how you'd intend to develop this spacing unit?
Yes, sir. So this unit will be developed alongside the unit immediately to the east of it, which is case number 32599 in the administrative docket. And we're planning to drill it together from the south. The pad is located on the eastern DSU, so we'll be stepping out and drilling this 4-miler to finish the Johnson Helsted DSU.
Sure. Let's move on then to E2. Can you summarize the reservoir data for us and then the economics?
Yes, sir. So estimated EUR for this 4-miler is just over 900 MBO. We're looking at 10 million investment at 75% rate of return for $4 per barrel and $4 per MCF.
Okay. And even in your opinion, if the commission approves the spacing to allow for that longer lateral, Is that going to prevent waste, protect relative rights, prevent the drilling of unnecessary wells?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. I have no further questions that offer the exhibits in the gas capture plan affidavit.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? That concludes our hearing for case number 32570. Case number 32459, application of Enterplus Resources USA Corp. for an order amending the applicable orders for the Strandall Bakken Pool to establish two overlapping laydown 1920 acre spacing units described as section 25 Township 157 North, Range 103 West, and sections 29 and 30 Township 157 North, Range 102 West, and section 36 Township 157 North, Range 103 West, and sections 31 and 32 Township 157 North, Range 102 West, Williams County, North Dakota, and authorize 4 horizontal wells to be drilled in each such unit for grant such other relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Wade Mann, P.O. Box 2798, Bismarck, North Dakota, appearing in this case on behalf of Enterplus Resources USA Corp. Same 3 witnesses will testify in this case.
And they're still under oath.
All right. Taylor, let's start with L1. Can you identify the spacing units you're asking for?
Sure. Exhibit L1 encompasses both 1920s being requested across sections 25 and 157 North, 103 West, sections 2930 of 157 North, 102 West, and the other 1920 being section 36 of 157 North, 103 West, sections 31, 32 of 157 North, 102 West in Williams County, North Dakota.
Okay. And then moving on to L2, what's the working interest in those two?
Sure. In both 1920 acre units, court has approximately working interest of 66.59%.
Okay. And then on L3, breakdown of working interest in those base units.
Sure. Going from west to east, in sections 25, 36 outlined by the green box, court has a 47.28% working interest. In the red box, being sections 30 and 31, court has approximately a 75.86% working interest. And then the purple box, being sections 29 and 32, court has approximately a 76.63% working interest.
Okay. I have no further questions that offer the land exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right. John, looking at G1 on this one, describe the structure underlying these spacing units.
Yep, so we have the 2 spacing units outlined in yellow and green, showing the upper Bakken structure with contours of 25 feet subsea TBD, and it's showing that the Bakken formation is dipping off to the southeast from approximately negative 7750 subsea TBD to negative 7900 subsea TBD.
Okay. And then G2, take us through the isopack.
Yep, so isopack of the middle Bakken in 2-foot contour intervals, showing a thickening off to the northeast from approximately 36 feet thick in the southwest to 40 feet thick in the northeast.
Okay. And then finally G3, what do you show on the type log?
Yeah, so this is our type log for the proposed spacing units, the Lonesome Dove 4-19, located in section 19 just to the north of the proposed spacing units. A triple combo log here showing the subsurface parameters underlying the proposed spacing units.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'd offer the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right. Eva, let's look at E1, and can you describe for us how you would develop these two 1920s?
Yes, sir. So on the north end is our 3-mile laydown void unit highlighted in the red box. And on the south end is our 3-mile laydown Rasmussen unit, federal unit. Pads are going to be on the east side, and we'll look to flow line one to the other, the north one to the south one. And that pretty much sums it up.
Okay.
We're planning on developing it at the same time, so they'll be drilled together.
Okay. Let's look at E2 then. Can you summarize the reservoir data for us and then the economics?
Yep, the estimated per well EUR here is 516 MBO. The investment is 9.5 million, and the rate of return is 27% at $70 per barrel and $3.25 per FCF.
Okay. And Eva, in your opinion, if the commission establishes these two 1920s, would that prevent waste, protect correlative rights, prevent the drilling of unnecessary wells?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'd offer the engineering exhibits and the gas capture plan affidavit.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff?
If I didn't catch the development date, when do you guys plan to develop these two units?
Right now, it's looking like late 27 or maybe early 28, depending on other projects and how their economics compare.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That concludes our hearing for case number 32459. Case number 32477. This is an application of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC. This matter has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes our hearing for case number 32477. Case number 32478 is an application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes our hearing for case number 32478. Case number 32392. Application of Phoenix Operating LLC for an order amending the applicable orders for the Strandall, Bach, and Pool to establish a stand-up 2560-acre spacing unit described as sections 1, 12, 13, and 24, Township 157 North, Range 103 West, Williams County, North Dakota, and authorize 5 horizontal wells to be drilled on such unit, or grant such other relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Morning. Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Aaron Bieber, P.O. Box 1017, Saratoga, Wyoming, appearing on behalf of Phoenix Operating LLC in case number 32392. We have 3 witnesses for this case this morning for Phoenix Operating: Mr. Tom Crook, Mr. Topher Lewis, and Mr. Eric Shivey.
Mr. Crook, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I do. All right, Tom, would you please state your name, by whom you're employed, and what capacity, and please give your business address?
Yeah, I'm Tom Crook. I'm senior landman at Phoenix Energy. My address is 4643 South Ulster Street, Suite 1510, Denver, Colorado 80237.
And Tom, have you previously testified before the commission?
I have.
And have you had your qualifications being received as that of an expert?
Yes.
I move to have Mr. Crook's testimony be received as that of an expert.
Motion granted.
All right, Tom, are you personally familiar with the land matters that are subject to the proposed spacing units in this application?
I am.
Have you prepared or caused to be prepared the exhibits for this hearing?
Yes.
Okay, Tom, looking at Exhibit L1, would you please identify and locate the proposed spacing units on the broad background that's subject to the application, please?
Sure. Exhibit L1 is a locator map showing our proposed 2,560 acre stand-up unit, which we call Billy the Kid, outlined in red in sections 1, 12, 13, and 24 of 157 North, 103 West in Williams County.
And Tom, using Exhibit L2, please describe the spacing unit that's subject to this application and Phoenix working interest in the proposed spacing unit.
Sure. Exhibit L2 shows the proposed stand-up unit outlined in red in sections 1, 12, 13, and 24, 157 North, 103 West. It shows Phoenix's working interest, but this was prepared about a week and a half ago. We've leased more since, so please take note that the current working interest that Phoenix has in this unit is at 44%, up from 37.3%. It also shows that there are no active wells in the proposed unit.
All right, Tom, will Phoenix cooperate with other working interest owners in the proposed spacing unit if approved for drilling?
Yes, we will.
And did you execute the gas capture affidavit labeled as Exhibit E4 to each set of exhibits?
I did.
I'd move to admit the land exhibits. Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Mr. Lewis, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter with true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, I do.
Topher, would you please state your name, by whom you're employed, and what capacity, and please give your business address?
Topher Lewis. I'm employed by Phoenix Energy as a geologist, and the address is 4643 South Ulster Street, Suite 1510, Denver, Colorado 80237.
And Topher, have you previously testified for the commission?
Yes, I have.
Have you had your qualifications been received as that of an expert?
Yes, they were.
Mr. Examiner, I'd move to have Mr. Lewis's testimony be received as that of an expert. Motion granted. Topher, are you personally familiar with the geology underlying the requested spacing units as subject to this application?
Yes, I am.
And have you prepared or caused to be prepared the exhibits?
Yes, G1 and G2.
Okay. Topher, using G1, please describe the structure of the middle Bakken underlying the spacing units, please.
Yeah, G1 is a structure map on the Upper Bakken Shale in subsurface TBD with a contour interval of 20 feet. It looks like the structure is shallowing to the northwest. The red outline is our proposed 2560 spacing unit, and the additional gold line is a 3-well cross-section highlighting the type well that we'll reference in the next exhibit.
And there is a line on the exhibit that identifies the cross-section that is that gold line?
Correct, yeah, and the type log.
Right. Moving on to exhibit G2, please identify the type log and describe the contents of the type log in the cross-section, please.
Yeah, the upper portion is a 3-well cross-section using basic triple combo curves, gamma ray resistivity, porosity, and the black lines represent the generalized stratigraphy that we use in the area, illustrating that the Middle Bakken system is present throughout the subsurface in this area. And our target here is in the Middle Bakken. Usually we target the middle to the lower portion of the Middle Bakken. And then the lower table is the petrophysical data from that type well, which in this case looks to be the Manger 1-14. And this is the data that we use later for the volumetrics and the economics in the next engineering exhibits.
Topher, the reservoir characteristics for the proposed spacing unit shown on, pardon me. Are the reservoir characteristics shown on G2?
Yes, down at the bottom of the table.
Okay. Is the Middle Bakken present and continuous across the entire proposed spacing unit?
Yes, around 42, 44 feet thick.
I have no further questions for Mr. Lewis and move to admit the geology exhibits. Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Mr. Shivy, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I do.
Eric, would you please state your name, by whom you're employed, in what capacity, and please give your business address?
Yes, my name's Eric Shivy. I'm employed by Phoenix Energy. I'm the Vice President of Reservoir Engineering and Corporate Reserves, and my business address is 4643 South Ulster Street, Suite 1510, Denver, Colorado 80237.
Any of you previously testified before the commission?
I have.
Have you had your qualifications been received as that of an expert?
Yes.
I move to have Mr. Shivy's qualifications be received as that of an expert. Motion granted. Eric, are you personally familiar with the engineering matters associated with the cross spacing units that are subject to the application?
I am.
And have you prepared or caused to be prepared the exhibits for the hearing?
Yes, I have.
Okay, with those exhibits using E1, please describe Phoenix's proposed wellbore diagram for the proposed spacing unit, please.
Sure. This is our standard 3-string casing design we use in the Williston Basin, 9 5/8 surface casing, 7-inch intermediate, landed in the Middle Bakken, and we cement a 4.5-inch liner in place. We complete typically 4 malers with 105 stages via plug and perf.
Okay, now moving on to Exhibit 2, would you please describe Phoenix's development plan for the proposed spacing unit?
Yes, this is our development plan of the 2560. Currently, we're looking at a pad location, I believe, in the south of the unit in section 24. That may be subject to changes. This is a little further out on our drill schedule. We would plan to batch develop this and complete it. I also note the older P&A well up there and some of the cumulative oil, gas, and water associated with that old well.
Okay, and moving on to Exhibit 3, can you discuss the economics of the wells in this proposed spacing unit?
Sure. Starting at the first table, that kind of outlines our ARPS parameters for arriving at an EUR of 720 MBO for a 4-maler. The GOR anticipated in the area is about 1,000 SCF per barrel, and with the 5 wells in the older well, that's about yields a 14% recovery factor of the original oil in place from the geology previous slide on G2. The second table below is what we're running the economics at. I've assumed $65 West Texas Intermediate and $3.50 Henry Hub gas. And then I showed the realized oil and gas prices below with the differentials we expect in the Bakken. So approximately $58, 68 cents a barrel, etc. The DNC cost expected for a 4-maler is right around $12 million. Assuming a 20% royalty, 8/8 or gross economics, we come up with, I'll skip to the bottom, to about a $7 million PV10. That's an internal realized rate of return of 42%, undiscounted return on investment of 2.18, and an undiscounted payout of approximately 1.9 years.
All right, Eric, in your opinion, if this application is approved by the Commission, will the drilling of unnecessary wells be prevented, correlative rights protected, and waste prevented?
I do, yes.
And is Exhibit E4 the gas capture affidavit previously testified by Mr. Krug?
That's correct.
I have no further questions for Mr. Shibby and move to admit the engineering exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff?
Eric, when was the development date?
Nathan, we have a rig up there in Q1 of 2027. Thinking maybe we slide it in Q1 2027, Q2. It's not firm on our drill schedule, but if we're up in that area, we might grab this DSU as well.
And then, Thomas, do you guys have gas takeaway capacity in the area, or what's the plan with that?
Yeah, on that one, we've got a proposal with Kinder Morgan connecting into their Red Bank compressor station and onto their Watford City plant.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, what's your section line offset there? How far are you?
Oh, that's, probably not to scale here. It's 500 feet off the section line. We'd be anticipating 550 feet lateral setbacks west to east, and about 190 feet heel to toe setbacks on the north and south.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I guess the existing well is still producing the Pasternak.
Oh, I might call out on Exhibit E2 there, Nathan. It looked like it was P&A in October of 2023.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I pulled that right off the NDIC site.
That concludes our hearing for case number 32392. Case number 32393, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes our hearing for case number 32393. Case number 32394, application of Phoenix Operating LLC for an order amending the applicable orders for the Strandall Bakken Pool to establish a stand-up 2560-acre spacing unit described as sections 3, 10, 15, and 22, Township 157 North, Range 103 West, Williams County, North Dakota, and authorize 5 horizontal wells to be drilled in such unit or granting such relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Aaron Bieber, P.O. Box 1017, Saratoga, Wyoming 82331, appearing on behalf of Phoenix Operating LLC. Phoenix Operating moves to continue this docketed matter to the March docket.
This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes our hearing for case number 32394. Case number 32395, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes our hearing for case number 32395. Case number 32571, application of Whiting Oil and Gas Corp. For an order amending the applicable orders for the Foreman Butte Bakken Pool to establish two overlapping stand-up 38, 40 acre spacing units described as sections 23, 24, 25, 26, 35, and 36, Township 150 North, Range 103 West, and sections 24, 25, and 36, Township 150 North, Range 103 West, and sections 19, 30, and 31, Township 150 North, Range 102 West, against the County of North Dakota, and authorize one horizontal well to be drilled on each such unit, or granting such other relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Wade Mann, P.O. Box 2798, Bismarck, North Dakota, appearing in this case on behalf of Whiting Oil and Gas Corp. Three witnesses for this case will be Greg Sandberg, and we'll have John Prim again, and Tyler Smith.
Mr. Sandberg,
Yes, sir.
do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, I do.
Greg, can I have you state your name, tell us by whom you're employed, in what capacity, and give us your business address?
Greg Sandberg. I'm a landman with Cord Energy. 1001 Fannin Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas 77002.
And Greg, have you previously testified before the commission?
Yes, I have.
Have you had your qualifications received as that of an expert?
Yes, they were.
And are you familiar with the land matters associated with the spacing units?
Yes, I am.
I would move the testimony of Mr. Sandberg be received as that of an expert.
Motion granted.
And Greg, let's start with L1. Can you identify the two spacing units you're requesting?
Yep, L1 is showing the two overlapping section line spacing units we're requesting of Township 150 North, Range 103 West, sections 23, 24, 25, 26, 35, and 36, and that's the red outline there. The blue outline there is the other overlapping spacing unit, 150, 103, sections 24, 25, and 24, 25, and 36, forgive my error there, and 150, 102, sections 19, 30, and 31.
Okay. And then looking at L2, what's your working interest in those two spacing units?
In the western section line spacing unit, we have 100%. That's the red box there. And the eastern one in the blue box, we have 71.43% working interest.
Okay. I have no further questions on off the line exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Mr. Prim's still under oath, so you can proceed.
All right, John, let's look at G1. Can you describe the structure underlying the spacing units?
Yeah, so G1 is showing a upper Bakken structure map with subsea TBD contours of 25 feet, showing that the Bakken formation is dipping off to the east from approximately negative 84.75 to negative 85.25 subsea TBD.
All right, moving on to G2. Take us through that isopac map.
Yep, and so G2 is a middle Bakken isopac map, showing that it is thickening off to the northeast from approximately 20 feet thick to 24 feet thick across the area.
Okay. And then on G3, what are you showing on that type log?
Yeah, so this is our type log for the proposed spacing units. The Federal 1-31 is a triple combo log showing the reservoir parameters that we expect to encounter underlying the proposed spacing units. It is located in section 31 in the southeast corner of our proposed spacing units.
Okay. I have no further questions that offer the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Mr. Smith,
Sir.
do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, sir.
Tyler, can I have you state your name, tell us by whom you're employed, in what capacity, and give us your business address?
Yep, Tyler Smith, employed by Cord Energy, the parent company of Whiting Oil and Gas. Address is 1001 Fannin Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas 77002. I work as a development engineer.
And Tyler, have you previously testified before the commission?
Yes, sir.
Have you had your qualifications received as that of an expert?
I have.
And are you familiar with the engineering matters associated with spacing units?
Yes, sir.
I'd move the testimony of Mr. Smith be received as that of an expert.
Motion granted.
And Tyler, let's turn to E1. Can you describe how you would develop each of these two overlapping 3840s.
Yep, so E1 shows the plan to develop the western section line well from north to south, as well as the eastern section line well from north to south. Comment pad there. You can see those in purple, and then in the yellowish color are 3-mile wells that have been previously approved already.
Sure. Move on then to E2 and summarize the reservoir data and then take us through the economics.
Yep, so E2 shows reservoir properties as well as the economics. The table on the top shows reservoir properties, and then focusing on the table in the middle, you can see that each well has a expected EUR of 728 MBO. And then on the bottom there, you can see a investment of $7.95 million with a rate of return of about 49%.
So Tyler, in your opinion, if the commission approves these 2 spacing units to allow for the development, would that prevent waste, protect relative rights, prevent the drilling of unnecessary wells?
Yes.
Okay, I have no further questions. I offer engineering exhibits and gas capture plan affidavit.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? Okay, for the record, the staff has requested a 2-minute break before we actually call this case to a close. So at this time, we will take a 2-minute break. Case number 32571. Case number 32370. Application of Devon Energy Williston LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes our hearing for case number 32370. Case number 32572. Application of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC for an order amending the applicable orders for the Gross Ventura and/or Cottonwood Bakken pools, Burke County, North Dakota, to 1. Establish an overlapping stand-up 2560-acre spacing unit described as sections 13, 24, 25, and 36, Township 160 North, Range 93 West, and authorize 2 horizontal wells to be drilled in such unit. 2. Establish overlapping stand-up 5120-acre spacing units described as sections 13, 14, 23, 24, 25, 26, 35, and 36, Township 160 North, Range 93 West, and sections 13, 24, 25, and 36, Township 160 North, Range 93 West, and sections 18, 19, 30, and 31, Township 160 North, Range 92 West, and authorize 1 horizontal well to be drilled in each such unit, or 3, granting such other relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Wade Mann, P.O. Box 2798, Bismarck, North Dakota, appearing in this case on behalf of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC. 3 witnesses for this case will be Taylor Roberts, John Prim, and Eva Tomova Medina.
And they are still under oath, so you can proceed.
Great. Taylor, let's look at your exhibit number L1, and if I can have you identify the spacing units you're asking for. Oh, Taylor, you guys might be muted.
All right, let me try that again. Thanks, Wade.
Yep.
Spacing being requested at 2560, outlined by the red box, being sections 13, 24, 25, and 36 of 160 North, 93 West. The first 5120-acre spacing outlined by the green box, being sections 13, 14, 23, 24, 25, 26, 35, 36 of 160 North, 93 West. And then the last 5120-acre spacing outlined by the purple box, being sections 13, 24, 25, 36 of 160, 93, and sections 18, 19, 30, 31 of 160, 92.
Okay. And then looking at L2, what's the working interest in that 2560?
Sure. Court has approximately a 90.47% working interest in the requested 2560.
Okay. And L3, I think we just might have a duplicate. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's look at L4 then, just to kind of break down there.
Sure. Underlying units being sections 13, 24 outlined by the yellow box. Court has approximately an 82.89% working interest. Sections 25 and 36 outlined by the green box. Court has approximately a 98.86% working interest.
Okay. And then on L5, the working interest in each of those 2 overlapping 5120s.
Sure. The western 5120 being outlined by the green box. Court has approximately an 88.43% working interest. And then the eastern 5120 outlined by the purple box. Court has approximately an 89.65% working interest.
Okay. And then on L6, I don't need you to go through each of the percentages, because that just shows the breakdown of the working interest in the underlying base units. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And I have no further questions and offer the land exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
Okay. John, looking at G1, can you describe the structure underlying these spacing units?
Yep, so G1's upper Bakken structure map, subsea TVD space, contour intervals 25 feet, showing it. The formation is dipping off to the south-southwest from approximately negative 6,300 feet subsea TVD in the northeast to negative 6,650 subsea TVD in the southwest.
Okay. And then moving on to G2, take us through the ISOPAC.
Yep, so this is the ISOPAC map of the Middle Bakken formation with contour intervals of 2 feet, and it is showing that the Middle Bakken is thickening across the proposed spacing units from approximately 49 feet thick in the east to approximately 55 feet thick in the west.
And then on G3, describe what you're showing on the type log.
Yeah, so this is our type log, the J. Hiram Moore 1-32, located approximately 3 miles to the northwest of the proposed spacing units. It's a triple combo log showing the subsurface perimeters expected to encounter underneath these proposed spacing units.
Okay. I have no further questions that are for the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right, Eva, let's look at E5 and describe how you would develop the 2560.
Yes, sir. So the 2560 is highlighted in the red box, and our 4 mile Middle Bakken wellbore is shown in black there. Our pad is planned to be on the south side of the DSU on lease. Estimated development here is October 2026. This is going to be our spacing test up in our northern Wildwoods area.
Okay. And then next, we got a typo on the exhibit numbers, but the next development map exhibits, can you describe for us how you would intend to drill or develop each of those two overlapping 5120s?
Yeah, so here we're showing the 2 section line wells that will be developed at the same time with the in-unit well from the south side as well for our spacing test.
Okay. And then moving on to the next exhibit, can you take us through the reservoir data and then the economics?
Yes, sir. So here our per well EOR, we're expecting to come in right around 674 MBO per well. Investment will be 12.7 million, and our rate of return at 36%.
And Eva, in your opinion, if the spacing units get approved for this development, would that prevent waste, protect relative rights, prevent the drilling of unnecessary wells?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. I have no further questions, and I'd offer the engineering exhibits and the gas capture plan affidavit.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff?
Eva, on exhibit E5.
Yes.
So the 12560 well you proposed and the 2 stand-up 1280s that are currently developed, that's enough development to fully develop that acreage?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, this is our spacing test up here. So our John can probably speak more on the spacing, but this is the recommended spacing that we have for our spacing test from our geologist and our reservoir team.
Yeah, so just to kind of reiterate what she said, in this area, we've been doing some frac modeling, as well as looking at, how parent wells in the area have depleted the area. And so this is part of a spacing test where we think potentially wider spacing can fully recover this unit. So it's part of a pilot, a test project, but we do feel that we are confident that there's a good chance that we can fully develop this unit with the proposed well bores based upon the data that we have.
So what footage is that well proposed to be located at?
So we're going through the exact well planning right now, but it'll be something in the neighborhood of approximately 1,800 feet off that Isabella and I'm going to butcher this, but this Sednik. So across the unit, with the section line wells included, it'll probably average about 1,750 or so interwell spacing. So I don't have the exact measurements yet as we're still going through the planning of those wells, but those are approximate footages.
So John or Eva, what What's the recovery factor for this spacing unit?
That is something I don't have off the top of my head. That's something I could get back to you on, based upon what we're projecting, and what we have mapped for the in-place volume. I would have to do that calculation, but I don't have that offhand right now.
So your test is going to determine what is this test? What are you going to be? What kind of data are you going to be gathering?
That might be better answered by like a reservoir engineer or a production engineer, but I believe the primary data that we'll be collecting is production data to see if it aligns with our expectations going into this development, that we can get, approaching a full development recovery.
So there's not going to be any microseismic or anything like that?
No, not at this point, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not sure who'd like to speak to this, but you guys have wells just to the west that appear to be much more tightly spaced, and then off to the northwest in section 15 and looks like 16. So
Yeah,
is it such that those are too tightly spaced, or what's? I guess I'm with Mark. What are we trying to understand?
Yeah, so we are, those were developed, obviously, a while back, and we don't believe that they were successful enough for us to expand and drill more in this area. So the goal here is to, with this test, is to see if our test delivers on our expectations. And a big part of those expectations is the rate of return. So we're hopeful that they overperform what we're shown there in the sorry, the exhibits are not numbered properly, but the last exhibit with the economics. So our goal here is to see if these economics with the wider spacing can deliver the rate of returns or more that we're showing on these exhibits. If that's the case, obviously this unlocks a big part of our acreage. So that is the goal with this test, is for us to unlock a large portion of our inventory.
Then do you have gas takeaway in the area?
Yeah, we do. We're working with Steel Reef on gas, and Highland for crude, and ET for water. Our marketing team is currently in discussions with all of the gatherers there.
Are the existing pads off to the west connected to Steel Reef, Eva?
I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Eva, just to confirm a couple things. The wells that are proposed on the 5120s, are those planned to be directly down the section line, or will those be offset?
Yeah, those will be on the zero line.
Okay. And just confirming, the application was for 2 wells, but you're proposing 1 well at this point on the 2560.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Apologies. Did we miss that on the first?
The caption indicates 2 wells on the 2560, and your exhibit E5 is, as discussed, is only showing 1 additional well. So just confirming that's the intent.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
That concludes our hearing for case number 32572. This time we'll take a 10-minute break. We are back on the record with case number 32573. Application of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC for an order amending the applicable orders for the Murphy Creek Bakken Pool to establish an overlapping laydown 1920 acre spacing unit described as sections 26, 27, and 28, Township 145 North, Range 95 West, Don County, North Dakota, and authorize 2 horizontal wells to be drilled on such unit. Granting such other relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Wade Mann, PO Box 2798, Bismarck, North Dakota, appearing this case on behalf of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC. 3 witnesses in this case will be Prince Ekby, John Prim, and Walker Gates.
And Mr. Ekby is still under oath.
Okay. And Prince, let's start with L1. If you can identify the spacing unit that you're asking for, and then just kind of describe how it fits in with the some of the other development you've just got spaced.
Yeah, so L1 here, regional locator map. For spacing wise, it's located in 145, 95, 26, 27, 28 in the red box there. And all the other colored boxes that you see there are the planned development for this area that we took to spacing last month.
Sure. And then looking at L2, can you describe for us your working interest in that 1920?
Yes, in the 1920 there, Oasis has 67.23%, and then the other working interest parties are 32.77%.
And then L3, just the breakdown there, the base units.
Yeah, so the underlying base units, the 1280 to the west there is section 2728. Oasis has 70.61%, and others with 29.39%. And then the 640 there in section 26, Oasis has 60.48%, and the others 39.52%.
Okay. I have no further questions. I would offer the land exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from staff?
Yeah, I think on L3 we have a case number that doesn't look correct in the lower right hand corner, and then the section is 226. So
yeah,
those probably need to get corrected. Does that make sense? Wait, on L.
Yep.
On L3, the case number in the box in the lower right hand corner.
32473.
It should be 32573.
And then at the top it says section 226.
Yep.
It's one of the larger townships.
It's the largest township ever.
Okay, you can proceed.
All right, John. Let's look at G1 and describe the structure underlying the spacing unit.
Yep, so G1, upper Bakken structure map and subsea TBD, showing contour intervals of 25 feet, showing that the Bakken formation is dipping off to the west across the spacing unit from approximately negative 8380 in the east to approximately negative 8440 in the west.
Okay. And then G2, take us through that ISOPAC map.
Yep, and this is an ISOPAC map of the middle Bakken formation with contour intervals of 2 feet, and you can see it kind of sits right there, hugging the 34-foot ISOPAC contour line there, so approximately 34 to 35 feet thick across the proposed spacing unit.
And then on G3, tell us what you're showing on the type log.
Yeah, so this is the type log, state of North Dakota B-1. It's approximately 1.5 miles to the west of the proposed spacing unit. It's a triple combo log showing the subsurface reservoir parameters we expect underneath the proposed spacing unit.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'd offer the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right, Walker, let's look at E1, and can you describe how you develop kind of this spacing unit and how it fits in with some of that spacing you requested last month and some of the existing spacing?
Yes, sir. So Exhibit E1, this is a carryover exhibit from last month, kind of showing our full development plan of what we're calling our Little Murphy area. You can see the 1920, we're proposing the space this month, labeled as 32573 with that arrow drawn. Ideally, we will be developing this as a second tranche. We're planning to develop 32472.2 and 32472.3 together. Plan to drill year end of 2026 with an IP of Q1, early Q2 of 2027. So most likely plan to drill 32573 mid-year 2027, which would be brought on in conjunction with 32472.4 and 32472.1. As you can tell, we're looking at 3 facilities, technically 4. That yellow box will be expansion, but the idea here is to create what we're calling a mega CTB, where we are flowing 23 of these wells into one CTB. This is being worked very hard in the back end by our facilities and productions teams. But these 2 wells that we're proposing, the 3 mile laydowns, will be coming off the main CTB shown as that orange box. So it'd be on the same path as the proposed mega facilities.
Okay. And then E2, just kind of specific to the 1920, what would that development look like?
Yes, sir. So again, kind of like I talked about, so just showing the 2 wells, 3 mile laydowns in the southern portion of sections 26, 27, and 28, kind of just filling out that proposed 1920. Again, being drilled off that new build mega CTB location.
Yep. And then on E3, just summarize the reservoir data and then the economics.
Yep. So table 1 are the reservoir properties from the Murphy Creek area. Table 2 is our OIP recovery. We're looking at an original oil in place of approximately 5.4 million barrels of oil per 640 acre. An estimated well EUR for 760 MBO, proposing 2 infill wells at an average well price of $70 per barrel of oil, average gas price of $3.25 per MCF, and an estimated investment of $9 million per well. We're looking at an approximate rate of return of 70%.
And Walker, in your opinion, if this spacing unit gets approved, would that prevent waste, protect our rights, prevent the drilling of unnecessary wells?
Yes, sir. I do.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'd offer the engineering exhibits and the gas capture plan affidavit.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from staff?
Walker, on your exhibit E2, it looks like you're gonna fill out the 640 acre space unit, section 26, with 2 U-turn wells. Is that right?
That is correct. We're calling those wells a megas, 1 mile down, 1 mile back, results in 2 mile wells. The pad that it is coming off of being shown would be an expansion.
What's the timing of those wells in relation to the 2 1920 wells?
We haven't fully finalized our development plan here or put them on the rig line, essentially. Ideally, we will be developing those in conjunction with those 2 Granger federal wells.
Okay, thank you.
That concludes our hearing for case number 32573. Case number 32574, application of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC for an order amending the applicable orders for the Tyrone Bakken Pool to establish an overlapping stand-up 2560 acre spacing unit described as sections 4, 9, 16, and 21, Township 156 North, Range 101 West, Williams County, North Dakota, and authorize 3 horizontal wells to be drilled on such unit or grant such other relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Wade Mann, P.O. Box 2798, Bismarck, North Dakota, appearing in this case on behalf of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC. And we're back to Taylor Roberts, John Prim, and Eva Tomova Medina on this case.
And they're still in the row.
Okay. And Taylor, looking at L1, can you identify the spacing unit you're requesting?
Sure. Exhibit L1 shows the 2560 outlined in the red box, being sections 4, 9, 16, 21, 156 North, 101 West.
And then L2, what's the working interest in that, of court in that spacing unit?
Sure. Court has approximately a 79.69% working interest in the requested 2560 acre spacing.
And then on L3, what's the working interest breakdown there?
Sure. Sections 4 and 9 outlined by the green box. Court has approximately an 82.03% working interest. Sections 16 and 21 outlined by the red box. Court has approximately a 77.34% working interest.
I have no further questions. I'd offer the land exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right. John, G1, take us through the structure underlying the proposed spacing unit.
Yep, so proposed spacing unit outlined there in yellow, under overlaying the Upper Bakken contour map there of 25-foot subsea TBD increments. It's showing that the Bakken formation is dipping off to the south-southeast from approximately negative 8100 to negative 8285 subsea TBD in the south.
All right, and G2, let's go through the isopack map.
Yep, and so the isopack is for the middle Bakken formation with contour intervals of 2 feet. You can see not a lot of contour interval lines on this map, showing it's generally equal distance or equal thickness across the proposed spacing unit of approximately 42 feet thick there.
Mm-hmm. And then on the type log, exhibit G3, what are you showing on that?
Yep, so this is our type log, the Nasner 1-30, approximately 2 miles off to the southwest of our proposed spacing unit. It's a triple combo log showing the reservoir parameters underlying the proposed spacing unit.
Okay. I have no further questions. That are for the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right, Eva, let's look at E1 and describe how you would intend to develop the spacing unit.
Yes, sir. So here we're showing the 2560 in the red box with the 3 black proposed 4-mile wellbores drilled from the pad on the north end of the DSU. In conjunction with these 3 4-mile wells, we'll be drilling a 4-mile hairpin well to finish off the Burger DSU, 1280 DSU.
Okay. Then moving on to E2, can you summarize the reservoir data and the economics?
Yeah, so we're expecting 951 MBO EOR per well, investment just under 10 million, rate of return at just under 80%.
And even your opinion, if the spacing gets approved, would that prevent waste, protect relevant rights, prevent the drilling of unnecessary wells?
Yes, sir.
No further questions that offer engineering exhibits and gas capture plan affidavit?
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff?
Just so I understand, the hairpin well will take on the spacing of the underlying 1280? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then I missed the development date. Sorry. When is it?
If you scroll up one slide ahead, I believe I had it. Let me.
I see it.
Okay, perfect.
And then those
Yeah,
the
it's
3
like July 2026.
the 3 new wells and the hairpin well will be all drilled from a new pad indicated by the gray box on E1. Is that right?
Correct. Yes, it will be a new pad.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That concludes our hearing for case number 32574. Case number 32480, application of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC. This case has been dismissed. Concludes our hearing for case number 32480. Case number 32382, application of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes our hearing for case number 32382. Case number 32484, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes our hearing for case number 32484. Case number 32386, application of Phoenix Operating LLC for an order amending the applicable orders for the Corinth, Wild Rose, Bach, and Pool to establish a stand-up 2560 acre spacing unit described as sections 6 and 7, Township 159 North, Range 97 West, and sections 30 and 31, Township 160 North, Range 97 West, divided in Williams County, North Dakota, and authorize 5 horizontal wells to be drilled in such unit or grant further relief as may be appropriate. All interested parties, please come forward.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Examiner. Aaron Bieber, P.O. Box 1017, Saratoga, Wyoming 82331, bringing this case on behalf of Phoenix Operating LLC. Again, our three witnesses are Tom Crook, Topher Lewis, and Eric Shivey.
And they're still under oath.
All right, Tom, have you prepared or caused to be prepared the exhibits for this hearing?
I have.
Okay, Tom, using exhibit L1, please identify and locate the proposed spacing units on the broad background that is subject to this application 32386.
Sure. Exhibit L1 is a locator map showing our proposed 2,560 acre stand-up unit, which we call AJ, outlined in red in sections 6 and 7 of 159 North, 97 West, and sections 30 and 31 of 160 North, 97 West in Williams and Divide counties.
All right, Tom, and moving on to exhibit L2, please describe the spacing unit that's subject to this application and note Phoenix's working interest in the proposed spacing unit, please.
Sure. Exhibit L2 shows the proposed spacing unit outlined in red in sections 6 and 7 of 159 North, 97 West, and sections 30 and 31 of 160 North, 97 West, as well as Phoenix's working interest in the unit, which at this time is at 57.8%. It also shows that there are no active wells in the unit.
Okay, so according to the NDIC records, all existing wells are plugged and abandoned?
Correct.
Tom, will Phoenix cooperate with other working interest owners in the proposed spacing unit if approved for drilling?
We will.
And did you execute the gas capture affidavit labeled as Exhibit E4 to each set of exhibits?
I did.
I have no further questions and moved for admission of the land exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right. Topher, have you prepared or caused to be prepared the exhibits, the geology exhibits for this hearing?
Yes, exhibits G1 and G2.
Okay. Using exhibit G1, please describe the structure of the middle Bakken underlying the spacing unit.
Yeah, G1 is a structure map on the Upper Bakken Shale and subsurface TVD with a contour interval of 20 feet. The structure in this area is dipping to the southeast. The red outline is our proposed 2560 spacing unit, and the gold line is a 3-well cross-section highlighting the type well in the middle that we'll reference in the next exhibit.
Does the exhibit have a dot labeled type log?
Yes.
Is there a line in your exhibit that identifies the cross-section there on G1?
Yes.
Okay, moving to exhibit G2, please identify the type log and describe the contents of the type log and the cross-section, please.
Yeah, exhibit G2, the upper portion is a 3-well cross-section, plotting curves from basic triple combo gamma ray resistivity and porosity, with black lines representing our generalized stratigraphy in the area and illustrating the thickness in the areas. It's around 50 to 55 feet. And we call out exactly where we land our laterals in the lower part of the middle Bakken. The type log is referenced in the middle. That's the Roston 29-1, and that's the well that we used for the petrophysical data. That's in the reservoir properties table in the bottom.
Are the reservoir characteristics for the proposed space unit shown on G2?
Yes.
Please describe.
The reservoir properties are tabled out in 29-1. Average thickness around 55 feet. Porosity 6.5%. Average saturation around 35%. And that's all the data that we use in the economics.
Is the middle Bakken present and continuous across the entire proposed spacing unit?
Yes.
I have no further questions for Mr. Lewis and move for the admission of the geology exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff? You can proceed.
All right, Eric, have you prepared, caused to be prepared the exhibits for the engineering exhibits rather for this hearing?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Using Exhibit E1, you please describe Phoenix's proposed wellbore diagram.
Sure.
Spacing unit.
Sure. This is as is in the previous case. It's our standard 3-string casing design we use in the Williston Basin.
Okay, moving on to Exhibit E2, please describe Phoenix's proposed development plan for the proposed spacing unit.
Yes, again, we're going to be batch developing and completing these. It is on the rig schedule for Q4 of this year. 550-foot lateral setbacks and about 190 feet hill-to-toe setbacks from the north and south line. I do also indicate that that existing well, the Carvacarna was plugged and abandoned in July of 2021, and I call out some of the cumulative production. This will be we'll be developing this simultaneously with 4 other units in this area, and this will be our third unit that's a 4-maler in this this area as well, which we call our Alamo development area.
Okay, Eric, turning to Exhibit E3, please discuss the economics of the wells in the proposed spacing unit, please.
Sure. And the top table is the ARPS parameters for the 720 MBO well we anticipate for the 4-malers. It's roughly about 32 to 33 barrels per foot normalized for EUR. Average GOR in the area is about 1,300 SCF per barrel. And with these 5 new wells in that existing 1280, we'll recover approximately 13% of the oil in place in this DSU. Economics are below. Again, I'm assuming $65 oil flat West Texas Intermediate, $3.50 Henry Hub, with the D&C cost again right around $12 million. Assumed royalty rate of 20% yields a PV10 of approximately $6.4 million. Internal rate of return of 40%, a payout of approximately 2 years.
All right, Eric, and in your opinion, if this application is approved, will the drilling of unnecessary wells be prevented, correlative rights be protected, and waste be prevented?
I do.
Is Exhibit E4 the gas capture affidavit previously testified to by Mr. Crook?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I have no further questions for Mr. Shivy and move to the permission of the engineering exhibits.
Exhibits are admitted. Any questions from the staff?
Eric, if I missed it, where is your proposed surface location?
The proposed surface location here, I believe, is on the north part in Section 30. Tom, I don't know if I'm correct on it or not. I've looked at so many of these, but I know we're getting an SUA in place and everything.
I can get back to you on that.
Yeah,
Not sure.
I really can't remember, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, if you would just supplement the record with that.
Sure.
You just revise that exhibit if you like.
Yeah, we can do that.
Eric,
Yes.
when was the development?
This would be in Q4 of this year. It is on our rig schedule.
And you indicated that you were going to drill, go into this area and drill up 4 units?
It would be a total of 5 right now as it stands. It would be this one 4-maler, and then the other 4 are 3-malers, 1920s.
Okay.
We plan to have, I think, 3 of our rigs in this area simultaneously developing.
Okay. And then with that, that's good. With that, do you guys, I guess, Tom, do you guys have a gas takeaway option for this area?
Yes, we do. We have an existing One Oak dedication in this area, north of Alamo with their Norse plant, which connects into the state line plant.
Okay. And you expect essentially upon turning line to move gas into that area?
We hope to. If not, we'll supplement with mobile valence units until then.
Okay. Thanks.
Aaron, is March 4th long enough to supplement the record?
Yes, for sure.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I really just have to check my notes back at the office, and I can get you that very quickly.
This case, the record in this case will remain open until March 4th. That concludes our hearing for case number 32386. Case number 32387, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. Concludes the hearing for case number 32387. Case number 32485, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. Concludes the hearing for case number 32485. Case number 32388, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32388. Case number 32389, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32389. Case number 31928, application of Burlington Resources Oil and Gas Company LP. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 31928. Case number 31929, application of Burlington Resources Oil and Gas Company LP. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 31929. Case number 31930, application of Burlington Resources Oil and Gas Company LP. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 31930. Case number 31977, application of Burlington Resources Oil and Gas Company LP. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 31977. Case number 32210, application of Marathon Oil Company. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32210. Case number 32211, application of Marathon Oil Company. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32211. Case number 32377, application of Kraken Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32377. Case number 32301, application of Kraken Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32301. Case number 32396, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32396. Case number 32397, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32397. Case number 32378, application of Kraken Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32378. Case number 32575, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32575. Case number 32576, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32576. Case number 32577, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32577. Case number 32578, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32578. Case number 32579, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32579. Case number 32580, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32580. Case number 32581, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32581. Case number 32582, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32582. Case number 32583, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32583. Case number 32584, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes our hearing for case number 32584. Case number 32585, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes our hearing for case number 32585. Case number 32470, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes hearing for case number 32470. Case number 32471, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32471. Case number 32466, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32466. Case number 32467, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32467. Case number 32468, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32468. Case number 32469, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32469. Case number 32400, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32400. Case number 32401, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32401. Case number 32461, application of Whiting Oil and Gas Corp. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32461. Case number 32462, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32462. Case number 32463, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32463. Case number 32465, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32465. Case number 32464, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been dismissed. That concludes the hearing for case number 32464. Case number 32586, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32586. Case number 32587, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32587. Case number 32588, application of Phoenix Operating LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes the hearing for case number 32588. Case number 32383, application of Oasis Petroleum North America LLC. This case has been continued to our March hearings. That concludes our hearing for case number 32383. That concludes our hearings for the day.